There guys, in this video I'm going to be going over our left hand position for violin and viola players. I made a separate video for cello players. The left hand is in charge of playing different notes and playing them in tune and kind of either playing fast or playing slow, playing expressively, in charge of a lot of things. The left hand can sort of partially support the instrument, kind of shared with the neck and head. Okay, so we want to be able to let go a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of work on that before you get to this. So I have 5 steps to fingers that I like to do to help kind of solidify things. So starting in our playing position, step 1 is what I call stop sign. If you were going to tell somebody to stop, your hand would go like this, where my fingers are straight and my thumb is separated from my hand. Okay, so this is stop sign. Okay. What I want you to do is turn that around and face it yourself, so you're telling yourself to stop. Stop! And what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to put that on the instrument by our first finger tape. The first finger tape is the one that's closest to the scroll. Okay, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Kind of counting away from the scroll. So my thumb is going to go on the side of the neck, kind of right about thumb pad should go on the side of the neck. And then the other side is just my hand, and I'm just facing myself with my palm. Okay, just like that. Step 2, I'm going to leave my thumb right where it is, and I'm going to move my hand back. All right, hand goes back. So the hand is going to end up next to the nut right here, which is where the strings come across the nut. Okay, so that's where my hand's going to end up. So step 1, step 2. Step 3, I'm going to go up with my hand. Go up. So what's happening here, we're going to take a step back for a second. If you look at your hand, if we were in class, I would ask you, where do you think your hand bends from? Where do you think those fingers start? Like, point at the beginning of your finger. And most people, or at least some people, will say, oh, it must start right here, right? That's where that crease is, isn't it? Crease that goes across? And I see why you would think that, but we actually have more finger than we think we do. Your finger actually starts way down on this crease. Whoa, see how I'm bending all the way down there? Your finger goes all the way down there, which is really crazy, isn't it? If you look at it from the side, see how it bends from this joint right here? I'm going to call that the base joint of the finger. That's going to become important right now on that step 3. Because we want our entire finger involved, because it's giving us more strength. So step 1 is right here. Step 2, hand goes back. Step 3, our hand goes up, so that our base joint can get involved. So if you can see that, yeah, see how my base joint is now a bit more in line with the fingerboard. Sorry about the awkward camera work. So now I can do that. Wave if you want to. You should have a little bit of space underneath cameras. What is this? Underneath the neck. There it is. Underneath the neck, you should have a little bit of space, even once you do that upward motion. I don't want to like completely close off. That will lead to just like not good things. Okay. So step 1, stop sign. Step 2, hand goes back. Step 3, hand goes up to accommodate the base joint. Step 4, your hand's going to turn so that my fingers get closer to the string, and when I want this edge of my hand to end up about an inch or 2 away from the neck. And at the same time, you might notice that your elbow naturally wants to come in. That's a good thing. We like that. We want our elbow to come in and our hand to turn. That's step 4. And then step 5, you just drop your fingers down on the string, on the fingertips, on the fingertapes. Okay? So if you pay attention here, my fingers are on the fingertips, and they go right on the string, right on the tapes. I like to teach a way called block fingering, which is where when you have one finger down, it's just one finger. When you add a finger, you leave that first finger down. And when you add another finger, your other fingers stay down. Okay. This is really good for kind of building muscle memory for beginners. It's really awkward camera work. Okay, so that's our 5 steps. Let's go through that again. Step 1, stop sign. Step 2, hand goes back. Step 3, hand goes up, but we keep that little space right here. Step 4, hand turns, elbow comes under. Step 5, fingers curve and go on the string, pushing it down all the way. On the D string, that's where we're going to start. Your first finger should be on this note. That's E. For your instruments in tune and your tapes are in the right place, that'll be E. Add a finger, gets us F sharp. Add another finger, gets us G. Remember, as I add fingers, I leave the old fingers down. They don't have to push quite so hard, but I leave them down. Okay? Awesome. There's a few things that could be happening right now about that could be going wrong. Number one, you could be getting a sound like this. What's happening there is I'm not pushing down all the way. I'm just pushing part of the way down. So it's the difference between this and this. If you look at my finger really closely, you can see it's actually like a pretty significant difference. I'm going to be pushing all the way down to get a nice ring. Good. And that goes for your other fingers as well. If you're having a hard time with that, I would challenge you to go back and look at your position. Make sure you're holding your instrument up. Make sure that your hand is high enough. Okay, that bass joint needs to get involved because that's like the stronger muscles of our fingers rather than the little baby ones that are actually in our finger. Another thing I would say is look at your wrist. Your wrist should be straight the whole time, and that will give you more strength. If we do this while we're playing, what happens is you can get some repetitive stress injury, actually, which is really not good. So your wrist should be straight because your fingers, the tendons actually come all the way down into this part of your arm. Hold my sleeve up. Can't see it very well, but there's tendons that come all the way down here into your arm that move your fingers, which is really crazy. But we don't want those to be bending while we're using them. We want them to be nice and straight. Well, let's go through those 5 steps again. Step 1, stop sign. Step 2, hand goes back. Step 3, hand goes up, but we maintain that space between the neck and the kind of this part of our hand. Step 4, we're going to turn our hand in. We'll get you a better angle on that. That's not good. And our elbow come under at the same time. And then step 5 is our 1, 2, 3 are going to go down on the string, right where they go, on the fingertips. Cool. And then we have E, F sharp, G. I think that's all I got. We'll work this a bunch in class, but thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. See you in class. Bye, guys.